Okay, y'all, welcome to Hard Body Training. We in the Hard Body Zone. Today I got a special guest, Armchair Revolutionary. Can you tell the people about your channel over there?
Oh yeah, man. Thank you for having me on, Mr. Hardbody. But yeah, my channel basically is just some basic, is conspiracy stuff. I mean, not just stuff that's unprovable, but basically like the conspiracy of like who are these evil people running the government, these corporations. What's really that going on behind that? Kind of a men's rights channel. Kind of I had guys on my channel that claim to be makes out when they're claiming to be founder of TFL was on my channel. But so talking about dating relationships, talking about women, talking about is it worth it getting married today in a world where women can divorce so easily? So my channel has a lot of topics. It's not like I don't sit there and just hate women. I don't sit there as a black guy. I don't sit there and just bash white people or other races. It's just me being open, trying to be open, and also just breaking out all these conspiracies. Like there's one conspiracy that I'm not gonna say that just happened in 2020 that make us all wear masks. I think that is a blatant conspiracy right there. So that's basically what my channel's about.
All right, all right. So, everybody over here knows that I'm all about fitness. So, I'm going to ask you a couple of fitness questions and then we're going to find out one of these conspiracies to talk about, right?
Okay, go ahead.
So, all right. So, my first question to you is what sport did you play growing up?
Well, I didn't really. I only played like touch football basically growing up, and I didn't play through my school. I just played with friends and my younger brother outside, and I didn't really play on through my high school because I didn't actually play sports through my high school. Then I played a little bit of sports through my college when I was young in college. I went to a 2-year little community college, and I played like that's kind of basically all I did. And I took a little bit of martial arts through my community college one time as well, but I didn't really play that many sports. I only played really touch football, and at my gym play racquetball, things like that. I didn't really play that many contact sports.
All right, all right. And how was it? Talk to us a little bit about your childhood growing up. Like, how was school? Did you ever get bullied? What's your opinion on bullies?
Yeah, I got bullied because I was a black kid that wore glasses. I was kind of nerdy as a kid. Basically, I was like a young like Steve Urkel type dude when I was a little kid. So basically, um, I did get bullied, but it wasn't that bad. And most times I learned to fight when I was about 6 years old, and back then you could get away with fighting more than you can today. So I would just punch the bully in the stomach, and that the bullying would stop. Essentially, even when my dad was military, we lived in Germany for a couple of years, and then I beat up a German kid that bullied me, and then we ended up being friends. I don't know how that worked out, but I ended up defending myself against him. He scratched me with his like a girl, and then I punched him, and then we ended up being friends. I don't know how that happened, but kind of
Yeah.
weird.
Funny story is when I first moved to the projects, very first day, the kid that I got into a fight with, me and him ended up becoming friends and we're best friends to this day. So it's funny, like, how you said how you and the bully became friends. Because
Right.
that's what this guy tried to do with me. He was with two other friends, so it was three of them. I'm by myself. I'm the new kid, and he was picking on me. And I told him to chill out, or we're gonna fight. He was uh he was shooting bean shooters at me. I don't know if you know what that. It's like you take a quarter bottle of juice, you cut it, and you put a balloon and you tie it, and then you can shoot beans at people. It's called bean shooter. He was shooting me with that. It's like in the early 90s, like 1990, 1991. I told him, you shoot me, we're gonna fight. So he thought that I was bullshitting, and then he shot me with it, and we got into a fight right there in front of his two friends. And then down the line, we became friends, me and him.
That's cool. Yeah, back when I was a kid, we one time there was this big white boy. He was older. He was like I was only in the first grade. He was like in the fifth grade. He was already getting big and stuff, and he was like, "I'm gonna hit you with this rubber band." And I was like, if you do that shit, I'm gonna snitch on your behind. So I snitched on him, and my mom cussed his ass out, and that was that shit. So
Yeah,
because
no
I was
big
only
kid.
6 years old, so I was more I couldn't fight him at that point.
Yeah, he was like 12 or something, 10,
Yeah, he
11
was
years
like
old.
bigger. Yeah.
Yeah. So, did you grow up with both parents?
Yeah, grew up with both parents.
All right. Any was the neighborhood good when you grew up, or was it
Oh
like
yeah,
gangs and
definitely. It was
stuff?
good. No, it was no gangs. No, in my neighborhood. The gangs I saw was on TV. Me looking on TV.
All right. Wait, I'm in New York City. Where you at?
No, I was in the South, man. I've grown up born in Texas, born in Dallas, Texas area, and then my dad moved us to Germany 2 years. He had worked for the government after he got in the military. Then we moved back to San Antonio, Texas, in the late '90s. I was only like 8 years old at that point, and then we moved to Memphis, Tennessee area, and I basically grew up in Memphis, Tennessee, but just south of Memphis, Tennessee is North Mississippi. It's a rednecky area, no offense, but it's a kind of a hick area. But there's no gangs because the redneck cops keep out the gang bangers per se, and we live in like an acre in North Mississippi where there was no gang banging, no drive-by shootings, or nothing like that. You know, safe neighborhood because my dad had a little bit of money, so we didn't have. I was never even tempted to join it. Even my high school, never even attempted to join a gang because it just didn't have. There was no gang bang in my city. Period. It's not like y'all in New York where it's just part of y'all culture. It was just I did never. Other than watching The Wire or something, I don't see no gang bang where I was just totally different culture.
Yeah, over here in New York City, there's no reason to be gang banging. I mean, the kids do it because they think it's cool, you know.
I heard you got beat up. I don't know about it, so I'm an outsider looking in. I thought if you don't join a gang, you get beat up. That's what I heard.
I mean, like you tend to get picked on if you don't join the gang or whatever, but you still don't got to join the gang, you know. You're basically doing what the gang is doing to you. Now you in the gang and you got to go around picking on people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that makes sense. You don't have to do it. Just peer pressure. Basically, just peer pressure. No physical force most times. It's just peer pressure.
Yeah, like out of my immediate friends, only one, like out of my immediate inner circle friends, only one became a gang member, and he tried to recruit us. And this was like at the age of 14, like 14, 15 years old. So he tried to recruit the rest of us, and he was like, "Nah, man, we good." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We just have a like in the East Coast, it's mostly, especially in New York, it's mostly like projects versus projects, blocks versus blocks. It's not like gang affiliation versus gang affiliation like it is in the West Coast. You know, that's how it was. That's how it was growing up for me in the early to mid '90s. Then all that blood and Crip stuff came in the late '90s.
Oh, okay. Because I guess it came from California area.
Yeah,
Migrated over.
And it came from the prisons here, like Rikers Island and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The prison culture. But I mean, why are they cool with being a gangbanger, risking going to prison to be surrounded by, to be treated like crap by the guards and be surrounded by a bunch of men that want to sexually assault you? Why is that such an attractive lifestyle? I'd rather work at McDonald's than do that shit.
Yeah, because nobody talks about that part, and the rappers, they only tell you about, fucking the girls and getting the money, but they don't tell you about, the other side, which is being buried at a young age or being locked up for the rest of your life or losing 20 years.
Yeah, that's the fucked up part. Yeah, like I can cuss on your channel, right?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Some people monetize or shit. Well, you can't cuss, whatever. Even the big homie moving towards that, but yeah. I don't want to offend you. I think your kids can't hear what I'm saying, so that's good. So anyway, man, yeah, man. I don't want, that whole risking all that booty warrior shit. I was glad I was in an environment where, when I went recently, my mom took us out of this school when she realized we went to a Catholic school in Memphis, Tennessee, briefly, in the mid 2000s, right? And there was a lot of gang banging going on. But when my brother got threatened with a knife, and then they just tried to softcore recruit me into gangs and stuff like that, my mom took us out to school. I refused, but I just like, nah. I knew at 14 that gangster stuff leads to death and stuff like that. So
I personally witnessed people get jumped into gangs too. I'm telling you, that's like, first time I saw it, it was crazy, but I've seen it a handful of times that, as soon as I see it, I already know what's going on. Like everybody's at the basketball court playing basketball. Next thing you know is like 10, 15 guys beating up one guy for like 30, 31 seconds, whatever amount of time it is for your gang. And next thing you know, at the end of those 31 seconds, they hugging it out.
Damn. And you ever heard the conspiracy that that Freemasonry that founded a lot of gangs secretly?
I mean, I've heard of that. I've heard of that.
Because a lot of the gang signs comes from Freemasonry if you look them up.
Yeah.
And a lot of the whole blue Freemasons are obsessed with blue. So I guess but I think they make both gangs. It's just like a cop car's headlights. I mean, cop car's bubble lights are red and blue. Then they make the gangs blood and crisp. Red and blue.
Yeah,
so.
it's like the mafia and the boxing ring. One corner is red, the other corner is blue.
So, yeah, I think it's called the Hegelian dialectic. It's they give you both. It's like Republicans, Democrats. They give you both. People fight indefinitely over these stupid little things they fight over and accomplish nothing. And the government just goes along and do what the government and the elite do what they want. But they want the gangbanger to fight over their territory they don't even own.
I mean, it's a rap lyric that goes, like in the government, they don't want you fighting. They want you fighting for the flag, the American flag, but they don't want you to bang for your colors, red and blue, like blood and crip. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, I get that, but at the same time, they do want you to do that because when you bang for your colors, you end up making them rich for feeding their prison system. So they do want you to bang for both. I mean, if you're going to be a soldier and bang for them, they're happy about that. If you're going to be a gangbanger and go to prison and make some money stamping license plates all day, they're happy with that too.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, man, like what OG got this book going on with the four horsemen is good. Like, remember the last topic they was talking about was about beta and alpha males. Did
I missed that
it?
one because I had a 24-hour shift I had to do. But yeah, I missed that one.
Yeah.
I need to go back and watch it.
You got any opinion on that about beta and alpha males?
Well, my opinion
freestyling now.
Oh no, my opinion, beta alpha male is real simple. I think, and all this red pill shit, everyone has their own definitions. But what my definition of alpha and beta, alpha just means whether you're good with women or not. Alpha means you're a strong-willed person, does what the hell you want to do, in the context of within the context of the modern laws of society. I mean, of course you can't. But I think the ultimate alpha males end up going to prison because they just say fuck you and the rules of society. I think beta males are kind of weaker guys, the total complete beta nerds.
They conformance 100%.
Yeah, and to me that it don't matter. Beta don't have to matter how much money you have because you just be born rich. Like Bill Gates, rich is one of the richest men in the world supposedly, but a total beta. I don't give a fuck that he's rich. And he's elitist and psychopath elitist. But yeah, I think that he's just still a beta male. But at the same time, an alpha male, yeah, OG Silverback, definitely alpha male. Even though he was a soldier in the military, which really you're serving something else greater than you. But he still was an alpha male, and ultimately fucking saying fuck the law and going to prison, even though he's a good dude. So alpha male to me is just a guy that's strong-willed, that does what the fuck he wants to do, doesn't take shit from women, doesn't take shit from other men, doesn't take shit from nobody. A beta male conforms to society. He's very passive. He wants to be Mr. Mom, whatever. So it's like beta is kind of like it's kind of like it's like think about the movie Fight Club. You remember the movie Fight Club? Even though it's a fictional movie.
Yeah.
The beta is the narrator. Jack the narrator is the beta. Tyler Durden's the alpha. But Tyler Durden was so alpha, he became a damn terrorist essentially. He didn't give a fuck about what he did. That's what's dangerous about the alpha. That he might not give a fuck. He might give so little fuck that he can go off and just do some crazy shit because it's a savage.
Yeah, you gotta weigh out the risk and the reward when you're so alpha, you know.
Exactly.
Like
I
you,
was teaching. I met a young YouTuber in person in early April. I'm not even gonna put his name on blast because I'm kind of going to throw a little shit. But you see the young cat. They'll be talking about I'm an alpha male, but in one they're 120 pounds. They're afraid to talk to women. They're afraid they've never shot a gun before. They're talking about their alpha. I taught him how to shoot. Then I took him. I took him to the gun range. Then I took him to work out. He could barely lift 30 pounds each arm. And he's 21 years old. So it's like, and he was afraid to talk. And then I took him to the bar to talk to females. You know, females digging him. So it's like, how are you alpha, dude? Or how are you? They're still opposed to. I think most of the guys that claim to be MGTOW are really TSLers, which means they're forced to be lonely. You know, they can't even get a woman. So it's like they're really just fooling themselves.
yeah, they
They're
don't
really
got
just
no
beta.
game.
Yeah, they're really betas. You know, you can overcome. If you got enough game, you can overcome being ugly. I believe that for a fact. Not every pimp is a good-looking guy. If you're confident enough, you can. Well, I always say you can almost say anything to a woman if you say it confidently enough.
Yeah, like I mean, like I personally did well with the ladies, you know, back in my days, and you know, I was a little shy, but that was when I was like 11 years old. By the time I hit puberty at 12, it was over with. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
you regain yourself.
Yeah, because you know, don't extra 3 inches that I grew, and you know, it got bigger and became a teenager. It's all confidence, like you said, you know.
Yeah,
So
basically, yeah.
it's all confidence. You got, I call it swag. You know, you got people who are ugly and they got swag because they got money, or you got people who, you know, people who are ugly but they got an awesome body, so that's what gives them confidence to talk to the opposite sex. So you know,
Yeah,
it's
like
it's,
yeah, we
it's
get Michael B. Jordan of 56. They're ugly but got really good bodies. So
yeah. So you know, I'm not gonna hate on another man. So you know, if you a fat man and you got confidence because you got money, then you know, good for you. But you know, what you gonna do when that money runs out? You know?
yeah, and you can't be sitting there like Biggie Smalls really only got with Faith Evans because he was the best rapper at the time, and so therefore he didn't really love him for him because I don't believe that. I don't think that fat man give a woman an orgasm like a shaved guy though. You know what I'm saying? Like, what woman's attracted to a tub of lard?
Yeah, that
I mean, raw attract. I'm talking about raw attraction. Not just
yeah,
she's just basically like going to a prostitute mode, or she's just be with you for other reasons other than sexual appeal. And my current girl, she's a raw attraction. So I'm just saying, like, nothing beats that raw attraction, which AMS talks about. I'm a fan of AMS, even though I don't agree with everything he said. But I like it that a woman. Hey fellas, if a woman view beta male, the second we better, everything gonna be better. If you view a beta male, you're basically just like a trick by a prostitute. So that's basically gonna be shitty sex. You know what I'm saying? She's just being laid like a dead fish, and she ain't going to bone or have orgasm. You know what I'm saying? So that's basically what I believe. Like, full women to be fat as shit, but they're gonna be the sex thing gonna be good because they're like, oh, they're just with you for other reasons. They're with you because of other reasons.
yeah. Women like us, man, we're more, you know, we're visual. So a woman has to be attractive for us. For them, they're more about what you can offer. Like, you know?
No, I'm saying that I'm just agreeing with that. I agree with that totally. I think that it's with women it's more complex where you can be it looks in everything with women like men. But
Yeah.
if you totally look shitty, I think that a better looking guy gives a woman a better orgasm than an ugly fat fuck. That's just my opinion about it. I'm not a woman, so that's my opinion about it.
Yeah, of course, because you know the fat guy needs to take breaks, man. You know, like I had a fat guy tell me personally, young, and we were young when he told me this. He's like, "Yo, hard body, like I need timeouts when I have sex." He said, "This is a 24-year-old young man telling me this." You know?
Damn.
So could you
It
imagine what
shouldn't
a
no break
40?
at 24.
Yeah. So could you imagine a 30, 40-year-old obese man with a 24-year-old man's time out? You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah, ain't gonna be pretty.
yeah. So it's bad, man. So if there's any specific conspiracies you want to talk about for a little bit, we
Oh
then
yeah, I
go.
could just talk about in general, like basically, even though I think he might be a shill, I'll put him on blast because he's a celebrity. David Icke, he says a lot of good things, even though I think that he is a Pied Piper and a shill. Just like Alex Jones, I think he's a Pied Piper and a shill. But just like Alex Jones talked about how the gay frog agenda was going on, and that is true. There was a black scientist that exposed that a few months ago about how there's atrazine in the water causing amphibians to mate with the same sex. So they're feminizing us through atrazine mimics estrogen, and I think even in mammals they prove. I think the study. I don't have the study right in front of me, but I think it mimics even estrogen even in mammals. So that's what's causing the whole rise of. Yeah, I think naturally would there be gay guys like 5% of the population be gay naturally? Sure, I could accept that. And be more women for me, I could accept that. But the fact that the gay population rises almost like 50%, military, you're seeing dudes walking around switching, and it's like it's really getting out of hand. And it's like, what the hell is going on? Women being super masculine and men being, I think it masculinizes women and feminizes men.
You know that I saw something. They're saying that they spraying the medical marijuana. They spraying that stuff on that too to feminize the men.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah,
It's gonna make you sit there. You're gonna be couch locked, sitting there smoking weed, and then have your estrogen level off the roof, growing man boobs, getting fat, eating the munchies, and just nothing, not productive.
So yeah, that's definitely it's definitely truth to it. You know, truth to it. I think that with all conspiracies, there's a little bit of truth to it, unless it's like way out there. Like
Unless it's some off the wall craze like flat Earth or that that every elitist is secretly an extraterrestrial reptile. Those getting a little more ridiculous because one, can you prove that, and two, do you have any evidence for that? You know?
Yeah, they're saying that these people are cloned and the originals are dead. You know, and Jay-Z's a clone and the original Jay-Z's dead. Same thing with Bill Gates and all this crazy stuff.
Well, I heard there's one dude called Conscious X talk about. I don't necessarily believe this, but he talks about like a lot. The same person will play, for example, the same person will play King Von a little perfect of the same person. He'll come with a conspiracy, or he'll say, what's the two other actors? He'll say Kobe. Who's another? I can't think of one off the top of my head. Another conspiracy. He'll say like Dave Chappelle is secretly Joaquin Woodbine or something. You know, they're because they'll take two people that look similar and say that they're both the same actor, like an alter ego, like superhero. They're the same person playing two different roles. I don't necessarily believe that. It's interesting to look at those crazy conspiracies, but not necessarily buy it, but just interesting to think about.
And what about the Mandela effect? You ever came across that
was crazy because my first experience was when I looked up the Wizard of Oz original movie. I remember seeing it as a kid, watched it 100 times as a kid, right? And I never knew that the scarecrow had a pistol in one of the ending scenes. And you only see it for 10 seconds. When he has a pistol, it's a clearly fake prop. He has a revolver pistol in one of the scenes when he's running from the flying monkeys. And I never knew that was there. And a lot of people said they felt that was Mandela effect.
Because it wasn't there, and then it was put on. That's what.
Yeah, because we don't remember maybe it's a detail we miss as kids, but I don't remember him having a gun in seeing the movie hundreds of times as a kid. I didn't remember having a gun originally. That's what kind of was.
Yeah, I know that like in the early '90s, I heard that Mandela was dead. Like I remember seeing that on the news. Like Mandela's dead. Mandela's dead. And then fast forward to now, they're saying that he's not dead. That he didn't die in the '90s.
Yeah, they say he died in the the 2010s, right?
Yeah, something like that, or late 2000s. Yeah, so that was an Mandela effect that I personally experienced. I remember hearing on the news that he was
See,
dead.
I was being born in the early 90s. I don't remember hearing reports of him being dying. I don't know that one specifically. I know that it's named after that effect. I don't remember that because I was born in 91. I didn't know. I never heard
Yeah,
that.
yeah. The news itself is all propaganda. Like I remember, I was watching um like around the time they got Osama bin Laden, the Team Seal Six. I, they was like, Team Seal Six killed Osama bin Laden. Team Seal Six helicopter got shot down, and then like briefly, like in the same segment, 2 3 minutes later, it was like, oh no, the helicopter didn't get shot down. Like they were all over the place. They didn't know which lie to go with. You know what I'm trying to say?
It's an information weapon. It's an information propaganda weapon. So they give you all this ticker tape at the bottom that overwhelm your mind. As a human being, we can concentrate truly on like 3 things at a time is the max. Maybe women can concentrate slightly more. But as a man, you can concentrate about basically 2 things at once. Why is all this ticker tape at the bottom for one? CNN going on the bottom, telling you this and that and other thing. And they give you conflicting information. It makes no that throws your mind into bombardment because they'll say sources say there was a mass shooting last night where 20 people were shot, and you're like, where's the proof? And what other things show me? They'll give you no proof, no nothing. You have to take their source, and you don't even know who the source is. That's because it kind of blows me in mind that people trust the news when they don't even tell you who their source is.
Yeah, people are too gullible. It's like that commercial where the guy goes, 10% of this, and he's giving you like random stats. And then he goes like, yeah, that was a lie, but you believed it. So like we're too gullible, and people spend too much time watching the media and the television, telling lies to your vision and the programming, and they just can't think for themselves anymore.
Oh yeah, my favorite rap group says that all the time. Dead Fresh says the television telling lies to your vision. So yeah, man, that's basically what's going. But old buddy, my parents' generation, they'll never wake up fully to the media being fake because they're not in that mind space. He said what there's Adolf Hitler said, you give me a child from age 1 to 7, I'll have until he's 100.
Mm-hmm. You ever read that book, Brave New World? Ever came
No, I
across
read
it?
1984.
Okay, I didn't come across that one. But Brave New
1984 is
World,
even scarier.
yeah, Brave New World is really deep. Like I'm gonna look into 1984, but Brave New World is a book that's banned like in over 20, in over 20 countries.
I
It's a
believe it.
it's a reason why,
Because
Yeah.
the government is exposing, Aldous Huxley exposed government tactics. But I hear that what they're going to do is a combination of both. But it's not going to be the blatant totalitarianism of 1984. It's not going to just be a drug sex party like Brave New World. I haven't read fully Brave New World. I've heard about it, but I hear that it's basically like they pacify the population with sex, entertainment, and drugs.
I mean,
Kind of
I'm not.
predicted in the 1960s.
It's just this that I forgot like what year exactly the book was written, but I know it was a long time ago. Like maybe
1930s, I'm pretty sure. 1930s.
Yeah.
Brave New World was written in early
Oh,
1940s, and I think 1984 was written in the late 1940s.
yeah. So it's basically they talk about how they program you with audio, with visual. So they just every night before bed you have like 4 groups of people, and so you got the rich, you got the poor, you got the working class, that type of thing, and everybody's being brainwashed differently, like being programmed. So the Brave New World, the whole premise of that book is like it's being brainwashed, tactics, and brainwashing tactics 101. So it's crazy.
But 1984 is even deeper because in 1984 they changed the language to where your ability, like us discussing what the government is doing right now, having a discussion about that. In 1984 world, you can't even have a discussion with your neighbor about the government's evil because the language has been so abbreviated. You can't even have a coherent thought that the government's bad because the language has been, they've taken standard English, modern standard English, and abbreviated it so badly you can't even have a thought the government is bad.
Okay, so I gotta check
That's
that
what
out.
B1984 is.
I mean, what they did with Trump, banning him 2 years off of Facebook, that's a crime against humanity right there in itself. People, people brush that over like, oh, it's Trump, blah blah blah. It doesn't matter who it is. You have the right to. We're in America. You got the right to.
Yeah, and that's
to
what's so crazy right there. I see two agendas going on with that. I see the agenda is that they get Trump's supposed to be like you're larger than life and supposed to be crazy and says crazy things, right? But yet you're still trying to take his freedom of speech away. Then that's still criminal in itself. It's like gun control. It's like it's criminal even though you should build it up to be a boogeyman, but it's still criminal what you're doing to him. It's still to save the day you have to become a monster to save the day. That is not even worth it. So, but look at Trump though. I think Trump is still. My opinion of Trump is that yes, they given us a false hero because Trump is still a Jesuit Illuminati puppet. At the end of the day, when you look up that the fact that he's Jesuit educated, he's from New York City, born into wealth, taught how to be a housing shark by his father. So and then also he's only he's only worth $5 billion. The people that run the world, like the Rothschilds, Rockefellers, they're worth so much money you can't even fathom it. But basically, to the trillions, if not the number higher than trillion.
I know, man. There's a lot of conspiracies, man, and we could spend all day talking about them because I like talking about this stuff. So if the people wanna see your channel and get in touch with you, how can they get in touch with you and check out?
Oh yeah, the channel's the same name as here, sir. Armchair Revolutionary on YouTube. I'm about to make. YouTube is getting ridiculous and has been censoring a few of my videos lately. I mean, the past couple months. So I might branching off and going to BitChute or going to Big Town TV or BitChute here soon because YouTube is getting crazy. So, but the biggest audience, of course, is on YouTube. So you have to kind of make a deal with the devil to be on YouTube to kind of get your message out there. So, but yeah, basically, you can follow me on. I have a Discord server as well, and I also have a YouTube channel, Armchair Revolutionary. Over my channel, and then you click on my video calls. On my recent videos, I have the Discord server link if you want to join my server. And you can post whatever you want on there. But then, of course, as long as you don't start posting completely, y'all know that completely insanity or start calling people names in the server, you can post whatever you want on my server. If you want to post that, the Queen of England is a lizard, you can post that if you want. Whatever you want to post.
That's cool, man. That's cool. So, it's a pleasure talking to you. It's getting late. I gotta put this baby.
Oh yeah, you're getting late over there. Yeah, you gotta put people to sleep and
it's almost it's 11:30. So like I said,
it's only 9:30 over here. So yeah, almost. Yeah, man, appreciate it and hit me up maybe next weekend too.
Yeah, and like I said, I love talking about this stuff, so we can talk about it offline.
Yeah, definitely hit me up. You got my number. Hit me up.